Proper sitting posture is important because if you slouch, you can have pain in your neck, your upper back, mid-back, all the way to your hips. So what does good sitting posture entail? It all starts with the feet. You want to make sure all 3 points of the foot are balanced on the floor. You want to make sure your ankles are under your knees. You want to sit back in your chair. A good cue for hip placement is pointing your belt buckle into the chair. We want to make sure that there's a little space behind our knees. Adjust your armrests so they're not too far apart from our torso. Bring them in and keep them at a 90-degree angle. Remember, the scapulae are most happy when they're back and down in our back pocket. We want to retract our chin, keep our ears over our shoulders, and keep our nose in level with our ears. We want to make sure our elbows are nice and comfortable at a 90-degree angle. We want to make sure there are no kinks in our wrist. Remember, good neck positioning is very important. Try to avoid looking down to your monitor. Instead, bring your monitor to your eyes. We want it about 20 degrees below the horizon. If your monitor doesn't adjust, simply put something under the monitor and bring it closer to eye level. A good rule of thumb is 90 degrees at our ankles, 90 degrees at our knees, 90 degrees at our hips, and 90 degrees at our elbows. Keeping this position might be very uncomfortable for you. Just remember, anterior head carriage might be comfortable for you, but that doesn't mean that it's the right positioning for your neck. Keep practicing bringing your chin in, and after a while, it'll become much more comfortable for you. Remember to relax your shoulders and your traps. The desk you might be working with might not be perfect. If the desk is too high for you, try using a standing desk. Here's a great way to sit on your sits bones. Your sits bones is the ischial tuberosity. If you feel around your glutes, you will find 2 protuberances. Those are your sits bones. We want to sit directly over those bones. We're going to sit down on those bones, engage our core, and engage our lats. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, here's a great way to find neutral spine. You'll find that this exercise looks similar to something that we did this morning. I'm going to first go into full extension, and then full flexion, back into full extension, and then neutral spine. When you go into full extension and then full flexion, find something in between that feels comfortable for you. Now that I fixed my posture on the chair, I notice that my feet aren't completely touching the ground. Simply adjust your seat and get all 3 points of your foot onto the ground. Feel balanced. I'm noticing that my armrests are too far out. Simply adjust them horizontally, bring your elbows to your chest, and adjust them vertically to keep them at 90 degrees. Remember to keep your shoulders relaxed. If fixing your posture in your chair doesn't bring you into alignment with your desk, consider bringing up your chair and put something under your feet. If you find that your desk is still too high or too low, consider getting an adjustable desk. Adjustable desks are great because you can switch off from sitting and standing throughout the day. If you're not sitting on your ischial tuberosity or your sits bones, you're probably sitting on your sacrum. This causes a lot of problems in your low back, your mid back, your shoulders, and your neck. Humans are not meant to sit on their glutes for 8 hours a day. Chairs were man-made. The actual resting position is the deep squat. When people sit on their glutes all day, they get shortened. It's no wonder so many people experience low back pain. Think of the muscles of your heel. They're much more tough than the muscles of your glutes. The pads of your feet were meant to bear weight, not your glute. Your glute is a huge muscle made for performance like mobility. So sitting on your glutes is an unnatural thing to humans. Humans were made to stand and squat. So instead of sitting on your glutes all day, use them. Try standing. Remember, when you're standing, engage your glutes, dig your toes into the ground, but don't lock out your knees. Keep your shoulders back, scapula in your back pocket, and you want to have the monitor about 2 feet away from your eyes. Remember to keep your shoulders back and down, and keep your elbows at 90 degrees. If you don't have an adjustable desk, you can put your computer on a counter like this. If your countertop is too low, you can put something under your monitor, a keyboard, or your laptop so you can get the proper elbow angle. If you've ever fallen on your tailbone or have coccyx pain or sit for long periods of time, this might alleviate some pressure. Sitting on something more comfortable takes a lot of pressure off the sciatic nerve. Also, the muscles aren't going to get as tight. Another alternative to your chair is a balance ball chair. This gives me feedback if I'm slouching. It forces you to sit on your sits bones. What I don't like about this chair, as opposed to just a ball, is that it doesn't allow me to activate my core to keep me upright. But it's great for taking micro breaks on. Having just a balance ball forces you to engage your core, keep upright posture, and it's really fun. What we like about the balance ball is that it encourages movement. You're engaging your core, so it's like having one long micro break. Just remember to get the right size for your desk and your height. Kneeling chairs push you forward, distributing weight on your knees and your shins, taking the pressure off your glutes.